Welcome back. It's another beautiful day to praise God and thank Him for the day that we have been blessed with. Today is a very, very busy day, and I'm hoping you'll come along with me as I get ready to go grocery shopping. There's mowing later. There's a lot that we're going to do today. Right here, I'm just getting my list together, seeing what we need so that we can get going. And I wanted to take a moment and show you guys that my legs are better in the morning. I'm able to actually move around a little bit more, as you can see.
It's going to be a busy day today. We have a lot to do. I have to go to the grocery store, do our grocery shopping, have to do the laundry, have to reset the house, have to mow the grass.
My morning routine is usually pretty simple. I wash my face with Dial soap, try to get the mascara off from the day before, even though I do wash my face in the evening, brush my teeth, get ready. If you're new to the channel, hi, my name is Evnit. I am a low-income single mama who had the gastric bypass in November of 2025 and live with lymphedema in both of my legs. Come along with me today as we go grocery shopping, do the mowing. I'll show you my grocery haul after we go. It's going to be a fun day, so why don't you tag along?
Even decaf. Got my coffee, got my bags, got my list in there that I categorized. It's time to go.
I'll try this since they don't have my usual. Here is how my legs are doing through the store, still doing surprisingly well. Hey guys, we just finished grocery shopping. Any more groceries are just way too expensive these days. Yeah,
So we're gonna head home. I'll show you all what I bought.
6 months ago, this was not possible. Praise God. Hey everyone, I just got back from the store. We've got everything inside. Let me show you what we got. So in total, here is everything we got. And all of it came out to probably about $300 total. So I get these Purdue chicken leg quarters because they are the cheapest way to get protein into our meals. These came out to $8, and I think it was 50 some cents each. 2 of them gets us through 2 weeks worth of meals. Now the only thing I did miss is we did end up getting this big thing of hamburger for $29.89 because it was on sale. I don't usually get hamburger because it's way too expensive. Say hi to my lady love. And you'll hear my son playing in the back. Now we have been on a greens kick, vegetables, fruit, because I have been eating a whole lot of meats because of the gastric bypass. You need to prioritize your protein. And lately I have been craving intensely greens. You know, my grandfather once told me when he was little, they used to live on mostly dried meats, cured meats throughout the winter, because back then they didn't quite have all of the refrigeration that they have now. And he always used to say, man, in the springtime, that dandelion sure looks tasty by the time it came around. So I think I'm finally understanding what that means when you've been living on meat and protein the whole time. So my son likes these for breakfast. They're the biscuits and gravy, or sausage and gravy, and the puff pastry could be the biscuit, but he really likes these as a breakfast that he can do himself. My mom bought me these Quest cookies because I've been craving something sweet and cannot have most things sweet. And shout out to my parents, because if it wasn't for them this time, I would not have gotten these groceries. It is all because of them that I do have these groceries today. My son requested some melons, so I'm going to cut these up and have them in the fridge so that he can have them as his snack after school before school comes out. My shampoo and conditioner, they didn't have the kind that I usually use, so I'm going to try this one so that I don't run out. My sugar-free creamer, usually I am a hazelnut person. I'm going to try it again, but after surgery my tastes have changed a little bit, and I think I leaned a little bit more towards French vanilla, but we'll see. I have my non-fat Greek yogurt so that I can make my overnight oats. I take some chia seeds, some old-fashioned oats, and I soak them with almond milk overnight so that I have a fiber-full but also protein-full breakfast in the morning. My son does like some biscuits in the morning. We needed some cheese, and I like taking string cheese with me to work as a snack. That got me through a lot of my soft stage period after the bypass. I have been craving peas like no other, and I'm wondering if there's something in them that my body's just not getting. So it might be that. And then my son did get these croutons. He loves croutons in his salads, and he's been asking for more salads, which is awesome. We're going through bananas like they're water. Absolutely like they're water. So I did buy a bunch of bananas. We have some hot dogs. He likes to have those as a snack as well for after school. I have been struggling with breakfast for myself, and I have found that frying up those kielbasa's, just fried up like I did in one of my other videos, that has turned out to be one of the best breakfasts that I can have. At least right now with the severe food fatigue, it's not giving me the ick like a lot of things are. I had to get a few staples. I got some onion powder, some smoked paprika for our chicken, some sweetener. You know, I'm still convinced that sugar is evil, even though I know there's sugar in melons and fruits and stuff. It's not like cakes and pastries and anything like that. So I don't use sugar in my coffee or in any of my baking or cooking, so I do use stevia. I got some broccoli, and unfortunately I thought I checked it pretty well, but once I got home I see there's a little bit of brown on here, so I'm gonna have to cut those apart and today or tomorrow when I do my prep cooking to make sure that they stay fresh. I did get 2 things of breakfast sausage, although they're a little bit too greasy for me. They seem to be great for my son, and he really enjoys them. I did get 2 things of instant mashed potatoes. I know we're not supposed to have carbs or anything too carby, starchy, but for some reason, especially when my pouch, or aka my stomach, if you know, you know, because I had the gastric bypass, potatoes have been one of the things that my stomach can handle. Without a question. If I'm having a not so good day, I can have just a little bit of mashed potatoes and it gets me through. Now, you've seen in my other videos, I love taking the cottage cheese and making a ranch dip with them. This is the ranch that I use. It is a little pricey at $2 something, but it lasts me for a long time. And I don't like cottage cheese. I can't stand cottage cheese, but when I blend it up and there's no more chunks, it's smooth, it tastes just like the sour cream. And coming from somebody who actually gagged and almost threw up the first time that I tried cottage cheese, yeah, it actually does taste a lot like sour cream. I did get the reduced sodium taco seasoning this time because with my lymphedema in my legs, I can show you fast. There's sodium is evil, and I have been consuming way too much sodium, especially with my guilty pleasure of popcorn lately, so I'm trying to reduce on sodium. My son asked for these for a quick snack, a quick lunch. We haven't bought them in
only the Lord knows how long. So I did go ahead and get these for him. I found this at Aldi's, and I have been trying to use liquid IV, although it is so expensive. I'm going to try this. I have been cramping in my legs with all the walking that I do during lunch at work, the work around the house, the mowing. I am cramping because I cannot get enough electrolytes in. So I'm going to try that. And I just realized I bought 2 things of strawberries, but that's okay. I'll process one of them and get them into the freezer so that I can use them up. Bought some tomatoes for the salads and just for a sweet treat. I love me some blueberries. So I'm going to take some and some of my Greek yogurt and turn them into a sweet treat for later. I love me some sweet peppers, mini sweet peppers. I get these from either Walmart or Aldi's. This one's from Aldi's, and usually they're seedless. But I love these. I cut them up. I take them with me with the cottage cheese ranch dip for lunches. That does me really well as a high protein dip option. And I also love these mini cucumbers. I know it's cheaper to buy the big cucumbers, but they end up going to waste. So I like to slice these up, take them with me with my, again, my ranch seasoning, and eat them up at work as a good snack. And also for the pre-op diet, I was allowed to have pickles or cucumbers as much as I wanted because they're basically water. There's really nothing in them. So that was a tip if anybody's considering the bypass or any of the gastric surgeries are coming up to their all liquid diet pre-surgery, you know, the liver shrinking diet. These are a good option for that. My son still eats bread, and I have found a trick to keeping it to last longer, and I will show you that in another video. But I have him his hot dog buns, his hamburger buns, and his bread. And then my mom treated him to some croissants because ever since he was young, he's a croissant baby. He absolutely loves his croissants. That was always his treat. And then at Walmart, I actually found on sale 2 of their pizzas. So one of these is going to end up being my son's lunch. He won't be able to eat it all, but, you know, we'll pack it away. What I can do is I can go ahead and cook them up and then cut them up, maybe freeze a few of the slices, and he can warm them up in the microwave when he needs something to eat. We did get 1 gallon of milk. I will not buy milk from Aldi anymore, just simply because we've known people who worked at the factories where Aldi's gets their milk from, and some horror stories that we heard. I refuse to buy my milk at Aldi's anymore. Although I love Aldi's, I always shop at Aldi's. There's just a few things that I prefer not to get at Aldi's. And I did have to get some laundry softener. And then the only other thing that I'm not showing, guys, and I'm going to put this in somewhere, my mom bought me my first pair of 18 size pants. Currently I'm in a size 20, and I came from a size 26, 28 pants. Being 6 months out, I have gone down to a 20, and in a few minutes I'm going to try on my 18s, but we'll see how that goes. They may not fit. Guys, they fit! Oh, I made it! I'm into a size 18. I started from a 26, 28 6 months ago. See, look! Right there, look! And they fit beautifully. They're a little bit wider legs, so they fit my lymphedema legs. Look at that! Walmart, my Walmart is going through a massive renovation, so they had a whole bunch of clothing on sale. Each one of these shirts, these are all tank top styles, and as you've seen in some of my videos, mine are all huge. I prayed about it, and God came through because these are 16, 18s, and I even have a 14 in here that fits, and they were only $1 each. And then we found a pair of good Lee pants. They were only $5. $5 because they're doing a renovation. And then I have a few more tank tops that I got, and I think that's pretty much everything. So yeah, for roughly $300, what used to cost maybe $100, this is the grocery haul. Let me know if you like this content, if you want to see more realistic grocery hauls or what I eat in a day. Drop a comment down below.
After coming in from mowing, I did get very dizzy, and I did check my blood pressure to make sure it wasn't going too low like it had been before. So I decided it was time to put my legs up and try to feel a little bit better. And then here's how it looks after. I did have to mute because my son was watching other YouTubers. It was so hard to walk through the living room and ignore the mess. My son likes to play with the broom and dustpan. But yeah, my legs were really sore after all of the exercise.
Well, y'all, my legs are really bad right now. I've been out mowing, but kitchen needs done and dinner needs made. Let's make it.
I want to take a moment and praise God because even though my legs hurt, they're fatigued in a way that I can't even describe, I can walk. I am capable of getting up, and I praise God every day for still making it possible for me to be able to get up. You can see my legs hurting as I walk. It affects the way that I walk. But life goes on. We're still showing up. We're still doing our best, still showing the good, the bad, and the ugly. If you like this content showing days of my life as a low income bariatric mama who has lymphedema in both of her legs, please feel free to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. If you want to be able to support the channel, my Buy Me a Coffee link down below is there. It really helps with being able to support the channel and my little family so that we can continue to make content. I am so grateful to each and every single one of you, and I love you all.
Well, guys, I've been sitting for a little while. My wild hair that keeps breaking. Trying to get up, and it's really hard right now. Even though I know I need to have my legs up to drain some of the fluids that are getting trapped there, it just really seems like sometimes it's a lot harder to get up and move after I've had my legs up. And if anybody knows anything, anybody has any suggestions, comments, please feel free to leave them in the comments below to help with being able to get up and moving. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys.
Only had a tiny little bit of dinner, and this is the way that my legs ended up after my legs had been up, after eating dinner, relaxing for a little bit, and trying to get some editing done for this video. I pray that all of you have an amazingly blessed day. Again, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, we are getting closer and closer to that 500 and 1,000 mark. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Have a very blessed day.